right, Russ.
Chris, after watching the film and so forth, what was your opinion of your offense? Was it Michigan's defense, you think, that led to the poor shooting, or something you guys were doing, or what?
I thought we got the shots that we wanted. I never felt like our team was bogged down and we were not taking care of the ball, or we were shooting rush shots. I mean, I think you're going to have a few of those possessions no matter who you are as a team. But, as I said in earlier games, or after the games, there were times when, even though we were scoring a lot of points and the ball was going in, that, although I wasn't maybe openly frustrated about our offense, I did internally think we need to get better at offense. So I didn't think offense was our problem against Michigan. Now, maybe scoring points, if you want to equate those two, but I think as long as your team is generating shots and they're playing together and taking care of the ball, then things can work out for you on that end of the floor. And maybe not in a particular game or a particular half, but over time. And so I thought we were generating really good shots. We ran a lot more set plays. There were probably a lot less possessions in that game, but that was purposely.
Defensively, what kind of a challenge is Pitt going to pose? They've got their two guards back from last year, but they've got a lot more depth this year, it seems like.
It starts and ends with those two guys. Johnson and McGowan's are as aggressive and as a downhill, the duo that will play all year. They try to get to the foul line. They have never-ending dribbles. Coach Capel lets some guys go and attack, and that's their whole mindset. We did not do a good job at Pitt. We did a better job here at home. But both games were a game about toughness. You can tell that's what he wants his program to be known for, and I don't think there are two players that better embody it on his team than those two.
You guys have mentioned we haven't played anybody angle before the Michigan game. How much do you have to say much to the guys to get them motivated for a game like that, or did they kind of do that themselves?
A game like Michigan?
Yes.
Every game's different. Every game's different. I think you have to know the temperature of your team, where they're at in the season. And we were ready to play. We got to make sure, more importantly, that we're not worried about the rearview mirror so much as we're worried about the windshield in front of us.
When you went back and watched that Michigan film, was there anything you didn't see during the game that maybe jumped out as impressive, or what are your second impressions?
I don't want to Belichick you, but I'm really more worried about tomorrow night's game.
Coach, getting back to you saying that you'd like to see your guys play better offensively, is there anything specifically you'd like to see them do well against Pittsburgh tomorrow?
Well, I think when we're out in transition, we're a tough team to deal with. Ryan and Jordan stretched the floor. I think Darius and Freshman made really good decisions. Steve, when he posts deep in the lane, is hard to contend with. Traps and double teams and crowding in the post can't happen as quickly in transition. But in order to do that, we got to get stops. So, your two parts of your game, defense and offense, are really tied together. But I'd like to see us be even more attacking than we've been. We're going to continue to try to be a team that generates paint touches, and whatever look that results in, we'll live with.
Ryan obviously didn't have his best shooting night the other night, and he's mostly known for that. But defensively, what did you think of what he did against Michigan and what he's done all year?
Well, I was saying in my TV show that was pre-recorded, so I shouldn't really say that, I guess. It's sort of weird how that works. That Ryan has become a guy that we're very comfortable with on the floor when his shot isn't falling. He can change a game at any moment. In a stretch of 2 or 3 possessions, the game can go from 5 to 11, just with 2 quick touches of the ball by him. But last year, if he wasn't shooting it well, not that he didn't add anything, but he certainly wasn't who he is now. Defensively, he's done a remarkable job at keeping the ball in front of him. He's always in his gap. He blocks out. On offense, I think he's created looks for other guys. They run at him. Just gives a little head fake, and next thing you know, he's at the foul line, spraying the ball out. Even on the break the other night when he went up to shoot, his man committed. He threw it down to Jordan. We got a 3-point play. Ryan has made plays like that all year. He's made his teammates better. So it's easier for us as coaches to keep him on the floor longer because he's not a detriment in any other area.
Follow up on that a little bit, Chris. He's hadn't had good shooting games the last two. Do you see anything going on, or just a blip and a spray on?
I worry about that this much. As long as he takes good ones, as long as he takes good shots. It's got to be clean looks, open looks. But no, there isn't anybody else on the team I want shooting open three more than Ryan.
Your team has received a lot of acclaim this last week with the #1 rating, obviously, and for the way they played against Michigan. Is that something you address with them, or do you let the players just handle it in terms of how you have to move on from it?
I'm hoping that press conferences like this, stuff that goes out on Twitter, just walk the walk and talk the talk. Don't worry about all the other stuff. Concentrate on the opponent, getting better at practice. Don't carry it as a burden. Don't carry it as a entitlement. It means nothing. And as soon as we lose a game, we won't be #1. It's just how it works. Nobody's immune. The only thing that we can control is our effort, our attitude, and our preparation for Pittsburgh. That's really how I feel. I'm not trying to downplay it. It's great for fans, it's great for recruiting, but other than that, it doesn't really do anything. The whole target on the back stuff, I just think that we need to play hard no matter where we're ranked. And if the guys follow that lead, then we'll be fine.
Heck of a defensive performance against Michigan. You were complimentary after the game. What do you do as a coach to try to get the message across to your players that, look, let's try and capture this each night out? Do you sit down with them individually with video, or is it something in practice or a combination?
Sometimes we do. We haven't since the game. It's a quick turnaround for Pittsburgh. We just drill it. We try to become our habits. When you have evidence of the other night, then when you do what you do it consistently, that it can lead to really good things. And if you don't, then you're going to get burnt, you're going to get beat. So we just try to continually spoon feed them those same drills that allow us to have a toughness about us, to keep the ball out of the lane, and to limit second shots. And hopefully the evidence of a win against a really good team and the way that we won the game gives them purpose behind what they're doing.
Is Malik progressing the way that you hoped he would at this point? Just coming off the bench and giving you those kind of.
Yeah, I'm not really. It's always a little different when a guy's injured. He's coming back from injury. He's coming back from a major surgery. He's been out for a while. I don't think there is a true roadmap. David's different from Malik in the sense that Malik's played for 2 years. Malik's a captain. He probably wants more than he's gotten to this point. But he's for the team. I didn't necessarily have an expectation. I do have a belief in him. I'll put him in at any point where I feel like he's needed. It could be on a defensive end. It could be for a possession here or there. I'm not afraid to go to him. I don't know how long. At this point, he can go and give us 100% because he's still getting his wind in his legs back. But, I have all the confidence in the league. How that plays out in terms of our rotation, minutes, all that stuff, I don't have a great feel for it yet.
Chris, can you get a sense for, I guess, how important it is to the fan base, the success you guys have had, the success the football team has had this year, just kind of the whole resurgence of the program compared to where they were in a lot of senses a couple years ago?
Not really. I know that people are excited. What I've gained an appreciation for was when I first got here. How many people in this city, around the country, if I'm, in a visiting airport, throw their L's up, say go Cards. And that's really never been any different today than it was when I first got here. And I think that's what makes this place special and the job that I'm at very special.
Anyone else?
Do you have much or any contact with Scott? And do you guys compare notes at all?
Oh, Satterfield? No, I don't compare notes. I told you I'm a bad luck charm when it comes to rooting for football teams. So the only thing we do is hang out. We don't really talk sports. When those opportunities arise.
Great, thank you.